Now to the latest coronavirus numbers from the state. State health officials confirming nearly 3,200 new cases today. Another 88 Hoosiers have died. About 2,500 patients are being treated in hospitals right now. The State Department also said that more than 204,000 Hoosiers have received their first dose of the vaccine. 31,000 have received both doses.
It's time to move on to the next phase of the vaccination campaign.
The Trump administration unexpectedly shifting gears tonight and speeding up the delivery of coronavirus vaccine doses. Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar announcing a series of changes today. The Trump administration wants to expand who is eligible for the vaccine and where we can get the shot. The new plan better aligns with what Joe Biden's administration has planned. The government will stop holding back the required second dose of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. That practically doubles the U.S. supply. States are also urged to immediately start vaccinating other groups lower down the priority scale, including people 65 years and older and younger people with certain problems.
The hospitals made sense as the early distribution sites when the focus was on healthcare workers. But they are not where most Americans go to get vaccines. States should move on to pharmacies, community health centers, and mass vaccination sites as desired or needed.
Meanwhile, one local community is preparing for mass vaccinations. Fishers plans to use space in an old grocery store to vaccinate up to 1,000 people per day. News 8's Logan Gay checked out the space and shares the message the mayor hopes to send to other communities.
Crews behind me are preparing this 48,000 square foot building in Fishers to be a massive vaccination site. The mayor tells me he hopes this is an example for other communities.
We're getting this done, and help is on the way.
This old Marsh building in Fishers sat empty for years. Now with a fresh coat of paint and some renovations, it'll be Fishers' newest COVID-19 vaccination site. The mayor of Fishers, Scott Fatness, says this project is a community effort and an example of using creativity to fight back during the pandemic.
All of our communities around Indiana need to get very creative and have a sense of urgency about leveraging their resources to create these spaces so we can get this vaccine into the arms of our residents as soon as humanly possible.
Right now, they are using a temporary location to administer vaccines. But when the site is fully operational, they plan to vaccinate up to 10,000 people a week, depending on supplies. Fatness says he hopes this encourages people that brighter days are coming.
What we're doing here is creating hope for people that we're going to get back on our feet, we're going to get back to normal. And there is a path forward. We just have to work collectively together. We got to get creative. We have to be aggressive.
Monica Heltz with the Fishers Public Health Department tells me standing in this building and knowing they are going to save lives reminds them why they got into public health.
We know the vaccines save lives, and this makes everyone just feel so much better that we're on the road to something that we can see as a light at the end of the tunnel.
And Fatness says that light is shining a little brighter today.
The important thing is that we act, that we lead, and that we do on behalf of our residents. And I think this is an example of that.
Even after receiving the vaccine, health departments are reminding people to still stay vigilant and follow CDC guidelines. In Fishers, I'm Logan Gay with TV, with TV.com, and follow us on Facebook.